Yay Media Group.
Hey everybody, I'm back.
It's crazy.
I've been gone for like 3 or 4 months.
You took the longest break ever. 3 or 4 months. You were gone in November, December, January, February, March.
Okay, to my defense,
Sheesh.
I was like, wait, I kind of missed the podcast. When are we going to start recording again? And my darling husband was like, oh, he'd be like Tuesday or Thursday. There's nothing on my calendar. My calendar, every week, I plan out every single day. And I be booked and busy. Like, you got to put it on the calendar, baby. And he'd be like, oh, yeah. And I'd be like, when is it? So this last week, I asked you, I said, hey, when are we recording again? Do I need to block off Thursday? And you were like, oh yeah.
We've been recording our podcast. I think we're going on year 9. And over the past, 3 or 4 years, it has been consistently Tuesdays. Mainly
It's been
recording.
Tuesdays.
Recording. And then we started adding on Thursdays. So now
it still needs to be on the calendar, though.
Now to hear that it is now this new phenomenon that needs to be added to the calendar, we know that Tuesday is recording day is like, what?
Well, thanks for adding it to my calendar, babe. Appreciate it.
I
think Riley did. Riley, you have to send it to me.
I think Riley
if you send it to him, he'd be like, oh, I forgot. I'll be there.
What do you mean? I mean, no, to me, it's on the calendar because I in my head, I'm like, every Tuesday,
I live by my calendar. So if it's not on my list, then we're not doing good. I'm not going to be there, period.
I live by my calendar too sometimes.
Babe,
it just depends.
Hold on, pull up your calendar. Ain't nothing on it. And he'd be like, oh, I have a meeting. I'm like, how does he remember his meetings? And he adds nothing. Like, I have a to-do list, a checklist. Like, I have all these spreadsheets. So
because every meeting on my calendar has a question mark by it.
Oh gosh.
It is how will I feel when we get time to there? Because I may not feel like doing it, but I still remember my stuff. I have meetings on there sometimes.
Anyway,
they get done.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay, what up?
One of your friends is his mom passed away.
Yes.
How did she pass?
I don't know. She was in the hospital.
Okay. For how long?
I don't know. I don't know how long she was in the hospital. I have no idea.
Okay, one of your friends is going through a divorce. What happened? They've been together forever.
I didn't ask.
It wasn't like a thought that popped into your head to think, let me ask a follow-up question to this big life event that my friend is having?
No.
Okay, so this brings me to our topic today. Why don't men get details? Can we talk about it? Like, they literally get no tea. I'm so confused. And I realize men don't ask any follow-up questions. Women get all the details, all the updates as soon as the kids get in the car. I'm doing pickup, right? Taylor has all the tea, all the drama. This one girl in her class, I'm giving her the side eye because I don't like how she treating Taylor. But Taylor says she got in her face. It was like, that's not what we're going to do. And I'm like, my girl, okay, stand up for yourself. In
That's
Jesus'
how we
name.
act at the Christian private
school. Just the girl's a little bully, but Taylor's like, we don't bully up in here, right? She's gonna confront the situation, all the details, all the tea. Hey Roman, how was your day? Fine. Anything happened? Nope. 5 seconds later, phone call from your teacher. There's a situation where a boy said something crazy to Roman, and they want to let me know that they're dealing with it and they're taking care of the situation. And Roman is fine and he's okay. Hang up the phone. Roman, did anything happen today? Nope. It's just mind-boggling. Can you explain to me why you guys don't feel the need to share important information ever in life?
I don't think that's the case. And I don't think it's all men. Because, I mean, I have some friends who...
You do.
Who will, I mean, they ask.
Courtney.
Yes.
Courtney. We love Courtney.
That's
my childhood friend.
He will ask a question to a follow-up question to a follow-up question
98%.
Yeah, 98% of us. I say 99% of my friends. I mean, Courtney is an outlier, but out of the rest of them, we don't ask. And I honestly think that you don't have to have all the information to really be a friend. Like most times it's just, we just listen. Like in my friend circle, we just listen to each other. And our only response is, well, how can I be a brother to you? Like my best friend, he called me and he said, well, he texted me and said, hey man, my mom transitioned. And I was like, dang, bro, like, I'm sorry. Like, how can I be a brother to you is what my response was. And then we got on the phone and I was like, dang, bro, like what's going on? And we started talking and then we just talked. We probably talked about 45 minutes and it was just listening and being there.
And then I asked you one question.
laughing.
You'd be like, I don't know.
Bro, you asked me like questions like, how did his mom die? I don't know. I didn't ask him how his mom died.
That's your best friend of like 20 years. You don't think to ask that question?
No,
like,
I don't think it's not important to me how his mom died. I mean, the fact that she's dead. Like why do I care how she died? She's dead.
That's just a small example. There'll be like 20 other examples.
I won't ask my friend like, oh, so what happened in your marriage? Why did you get a divorce? I just don't think that's important.
He'll go to a lunch with a friend, okay? Come back, and I'd be like, oh, wow. You guys, there's this one friend he works out with. I'm like, oh, I know my husband's an entrepreneur. Like, what does he do for work? And he's like,
I never asked him.
And they've been friends for 3 or 4 years.
Why would I ask him what he does for work?
Because he shows up at 1, 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. How come you're not at work? So my thing is, it's a basic thing to just be like, hey, where do you work? If you're here with me, then you're obviously not at a 9 to 5.
I don't care where he works. My only thing is, bro, we supposed to be working out at 2.
So what do you guys talk about for like an hour?
When we're working out?
Yeah.
We talk about working out. We talk junk. We talk smack. That's what we do. You talk smack for an hour. He's telling me I'm slow. I'm telling him that I'm calling him fat. That's what we do.
All right.
For 1 hour, we go back and forth in crazy banter. And then we're like, that's what we do.
So do you feel like men have more surface relationships than women?
I actually feel the complete opposite.
Okay.
I honestly feel like men, our relationships are a lot deeper because they come with less expectations. Women have to have service. They have to have surface friendships and surface conversations. And I think because you all assume that you ask so many questions that it's deeper. But I think that the women's relationships, they may be a mile long, but they're an inch deep. Men relationships, they may be an inch long, but they're a mile deep because we don't have expectations. My friends can come to me today and tell me every juicy thing about their wife, and I will look at her tomorrow and be like, "What up, girl?" Like, no change with me because either A, he told me and I didn't care, or B, he told me and I forgot. Or C,
forgot.
He told me and I recognize she's human. There's no expectation.
Yeah.
I'm not married to her. So we cool. Like we laugh about it. We joke about it. We talk about y'all. We'll laugh. We're like, ha, you crazy. They all crazy. And then next thing you know, boom, we go home. We're like, it is what it is. We just move on.
I will say that women do hold things against, significant others of our friends often. Like, for example, one of my friends, her ex-husbands, I'm still mad at him how he did her. Like, he did her so dirty. And then how you gonna abandon her with her 3 kids? Like, to this day. Now, when I see him, don't get me wrong, I give him a hug, what's up? But I still have this pit in my stomach where I'm like,
That's crazy. Like,
you did my girl so dirty. And because we have a deep relationship and I have all the tea, like, you're right. I do carry that when it comes to, my friends' ex-significant others.
I don't think I have any of your friends that one.
Babe,
I mean, what?
Anyways, it's a touchy subject. We're not talking about that.
Whatever. But anyway, besides her, I don't hold on to stuff.
Yeah. Then why do you hold on to that towards my one friend?
Well, I mean, I've been very consistent since I met you. You have to admit I've been very consistent in saying that from the first time of meeting her, I didn't like her.
All right. That's accurate.
That's accurate, right?
But
and so nothing has changed that.
You've been holding on to it though. You gotta let it go, baby.
But it was very noticeable. Hey, listen. If she was thirsty tomorrow, if I saw her, she was thirsty, I'd give her water. If she was hungry, I'd give her bread. Because that's what God tells you to do to your enemies.
She's not your enemy. What? Anyway.
But nonetheless, we'll move on.
Right.
Because you two are still great friends. And you know what? That's fine with me. Yeah. I don't have to be friends with her. Yeah. I don't have to talk to her. I don't have to see her.
But I will say this. I do feel like women, it's harder to share things with them. Like, for example, like in our marriage, it's hard for me to share hard things with friends if we're going through a hard time because I don't want them to hold it against you later. And some women will do that. They'll hold it against you. And that's why if you're listening, you got to be careful.
So what you're saying is women are just a lot more judgmental.
No, that's not true because men are judgmental too. That's not true at all. But hold on, let me finish, babe. Let me finish my thought. You just have to be careful who you're sharing your business with, number one, because everybody doesn't have your back. Even the people that stood with you on your wedding day. You have to be careful not to share your business with certain family members that are obviously going to take your side every time you and your spouse get in a conflict.
Not mine. My mom is always taking your side. Which
she has, because I am always right. Anyway.
And my sister.
That's true. They've always had my back.
They call me like, you so stupid. What's going on with you? Like, hold up. Hold up. Like, hold up. Like, what?
That is true. The first time we broke up this is before we got married, but we were dating. They all called me and they were like, he's an idiot. I was like, I know, right? I was like, he's bad. But you just have to be careful who you open up to because I feel like it's because women like to share so many details and get so much information, we become emotionally attached to our friends' situations. And then we begin to hold it against other people. That's how some girls can be mad at other girls that you don't even know. Like, I'm not going to say her name, Taylor's little friend, because they're 9. But homegirl has had beef with Tay for a couple years. And I want to pull up and be like, ma'am, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm emotionally invested. You don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to me unless her dad gets involved. Her dad gets involved, that's when I get involved.
And we've met her dad. He's super nice.
And
their
now
family's super
that's not
nice.
something you want to happen.
Right.
I usually try to stay out of it until it's ready to, because if I get into it, it escalates to a point that it's going to be difficult to bring back down.
Yeah.
So I try to stay out of it.
We should take a break now. Calm down.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, women.
They hold, man. They hold on.
So you don't feel like it's because women are more judgmental?
I don't think that women are more judgmental. I think that.
So why do you guys hold on to stuff?
Because I think we're more emotionally led in our relationship.
Oh, so you guys are emotional.
You guys are emotional too. You just express it through anger and other ways.
Oh,
yes, you do.
Anger?
I feel like we all have our different ways that we express.
Men aren't angry.
Some are. Some of y'all are.
I was being sarcastic.
But I feel like we all kind of express ourselves in different ways. But I think it makes it really hard for women to find a safe place to be honest and vulnerable because yes, women are judgmental. Not all of them, but some are, right? Just like men are. But it's hard to find a safe place.
Why don't you have any friends?
I do have friends. Are you serious? I have so many friends. What are you talking about?
Like, I mean, but you can't talk to them. Like with my friends, I can talk to them.
There's a few people, like we just got off the phone with my niece. I can talk to her. Like, no, you have no idea. I can actually talk to her about everything. I really do. I talk to her about everything. But hold on, babe. I'm telling you, if I vent my frustrations, they always, for the most part, take my side.
Of course they do. I mean, you guys were, but
right.
that's what.
But this is what I do when I call them. I say, all right, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. And then I tell him, and like, girl, no, you're not wrong. Especially Agatha. I call her, she be like, nope, he wrong. He need help. He need to go to therapy.
Agatha's my sister.
That's his sister. She be like, no, that ninja needs therapy.
she does not call me a ninja. She say the real thing. I know she does.
I'm not going to say that word.
I know she does.
But I feel like all my friends agree with me.
Of course they do, but I'm talking about like I have friends who agree with me, but they'll still be like, bro, you need to But I think even it could also be. I had a friend who said this to me. They said because I told them the story, and then they were like, all right, so now what really happened? And I was like, what you talking about? And they was like, it's going to depend on how you tell the story.
Come on, who is that friend? I like that friend. Which friend was it?
But anyway,
Friend was it?
it's
I like
it depends
him.
on, but I'm also bringing a point with you. It also depends on how you go and you tell the story. Because if you go and you tell the story,
I try to tell it from your perspective.
Heather Leanne.
Are you gonna pull out my government name?
Heather Leanne.
This is what I try to do. And I'm like,
Heather
look,
Leanne.
I'm really trying to be introspective here. You know what I mean?
We're talking about the situation that we did have.
No, that's another podcast. So that'll be the next one we talk about.
Oh, okay. So
the egg fritters.
Because
he need to be glad I cook for him. Can we talk about that? Because some of these women out here don't be cooking for their husbands, and they don't even want to try.
Comparison is a dirty game.
It is dirty.
It's a dirty game.
No,
you should never want to play it in your marriage. You should never want to play that game in your marriage. You should never want to compare yourself to anyone because you are the greatest.
And husbands need to be more grateful when their wives attempt to do things.
And see, again, when you group everybody into the same to the same mold, it just does nothing good to move us forward. It's only good when we begin to focus on ourselves and focus on our own marriage and focus on our husband and our wife instead of saying husbands need to. Yeah. It just does good when it's just more of a soul focal
You're getting distracted.
point.
Let's come on back to men in details. Come back.
I'm still there. I'm still at men in details. But men, when it comes down to it, we hear, but we're not trying to. We don't need all the details in order to just be there for each other. And then also, we got so much stuff going on in our brain that we don't even want to overload our friends with more crap that we got going on because we know we have so much stuff going on. So it's just like
y'all need therapy.
Huh?
You need therapy then. So you
men
can
need
get
a lot of stuff.
1,000%.
Men, I mean, we all know that.
Yeah, women
we
do
all
too.
know
We
that.
all
Like men right now are suffering like never before. I mean, we get that. But a lot of times like we don't ask the questions because we just don't want to be bothered with more information.
I see. So it's women
y'all talk a lot.
So, well, for me, getting it out is helpful, right? But I have found that I can't talk to a lot of people about what I'm going through. And it's not that I don't have friends. I actually have a lot of different friend groups. I have my LA friend group, my workout girls, all my girls I go work out with, girls I walk with, hang with. We're actually planning a spa day. And then I have my New York friends, and then I have my Atlanta friends, and I have my Michigan friends. A lot of my friends are kind of spread all apart right now. But the thing is, I understand that all my friends are moms for the most part. They're busy, they're tired, they're exhausted. So you can't measure like, oh, you don't have somebody to talk to. No, they're exhausted, they're worn out, they're tired. They're trying to figure out life, with their family and their spouse. And I don't want to dump on a friend. So you know what I do? I book my therapist and I just go talk to my therapist. I dump on my therapist.
I don't have a therapist.
I know. We're going to find you one, baby.
I don't want to find a therapist. The anxiety that goes into trying to find somebody else to sit down and talk to, that I have to get to know, build a rapport with, understand the situation.
How do you eat the elephant? One bite at a time. You're going way ahead, babe.
But no, it is. I think the anxiety is a real thing. The anxiety of trying to talk to somebody else, and then it's also that thing in the back of my head. Well, will it happen in the same way that it happened before? Like the last couple of therapists I had were just. I mean, lack of a better words, are complete trash.
You gotta try again.
I
just gotta keep trying until you find your unicorn.
At this point, I need to just keep going to the gym and
post your gym memes. What's your
and post my gym memes. That's what I do. Like that's what and scroll through TikTok because my For You page that I have built brick by brick is full of the most. Would you just say the oddest people that you have ever
weirdest.
seen? It is the weirdest.
But everybody's beautiful in their own way.
It is the weirdest group of people.
Different.
But you know what?
Different.
It helps me to escape. And I did read something on a meme the other day. It said that you can go to the gym. You can go to the gym every day. You can lose weight. You can drink a gallon of water. You can eat fine, and you can even talk to a friend every day. Said, but until you discover what's going on in your head, you'll never be healed. Amen. And I was like, dang, that's good. Great for a meme, but it is what it is. I'm gonna just keep going to the gym because right now I have a lot of anxiety about even the thought of trying to see another therapist.
That's fair.
Plus, I just don't want to pay the money for it. Like it's overly expensive for no reason.
you know what, babe? I'm going to do what you do. How can I be a wife to you?
Support my decision.
I support you, babe.
But if I were to go, I mean,
I'll help you find one.
But
actually, I already have one because I plan ahead.
You have what?
A therapist.
For who?
You.
You ain't got no therapist for me. That's what I do not want you to do. I do not want you to plan for me.
Oh,
you
no.
know, I don't like that.
No, I'm not planning for you.
Oh,
I said if. No. I said I support you.
Oh yeah, I don't
but
like
if,
that.
But if you need one, I already have one ready. Cause I've already planned ahead. I already thought ahead because I think details.
Oh well.
I think the just in case and the always planning ahead. So your daughter, and it's so funny because your daughter's just like me. It's so amazing to have somebody in the house who thinks like I do. It's like incredible. She was telling me, she's like, Mom, she's like, you have to look at this little vision board that I created. It's for her dorm room for college. She's in 4th grade. So she's like, look, this is going to be my look and this is going to be my budget. She's like, but I have to save towards it because, you know, just in case, you know, after you and Dad help me set up my dorm room, then we leave and there's like, oh, I need to go to Target or there's something I forgot. Like, I want to have a budget for it. Like,
why would she have to be in a dorm room?
When she goes to college.
Ugh.
No.
I don't want to stay in a dorm room.
Babe, that was the best experience of my life. The first 2 years in a dorm room with other people my age trying to figure out life, I'm supporting it. I want her to go to a dorm.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. You know, catch us next Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're going to dive more into this. All right, introduces. We out.